What if I told you that one of these candles costs just $12 and the other 50 bucks, both the same size? Is the luxury one actually worth almost 4 times more? Let's find out. I'm Dominique, the founder of Nightlight Candles, and on this channel, I show you what it's really like building a candle business from the ground up. If you love candles, home fragrance, or want to grow your own small business, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. So here's what we're going to test today. 1, we're going to look at the look and the packaging, the cold throw, the burn rate at 1, 2, and 3 hours, and we're going to test the hot throw. So here's a breakdown of the characteristics of each candle, and I'm going to look at my sheet here. So the $12 candle is pure soy wax. The Nest candle is proprietary blend of paraffin and some other sort of wax. They don't really advertise it. Both have a cotton wick and both are 8 ounces. They are both a different scent. The $12 candle is a vanilla and coconut, and the Nest candle is a amber, incense, and smoky wood. So it's a little bit more of a complex fragrance. So the soy candle, they don't really advertise anything as far as the characteristics are concerned. Now the Nest candle, on the other hand, on their website, they do advertise that they are clean burning, which is a little bit of a surprise, seeing that they do have that paraffin mixture in there, which again, there's a debate about that, if paraffin's clean or if it's not clean, but they do claim to be cruelty free, which I guess most candles are, but yeah, let's see what it's like. So we'll start with the cold throw. So this is the $12 candle here. It's one from Warm Embrace. I think it's just made in China, to be honest with you. But they do claim to be a natural soy wax. Now the Nest candle, which is a very popular brand, this is the $50 candle. And to be honest, I'm not sure what to expect from this. It should be stronger because paraffin is known for the great hot throw, but we'll see. We'll start with the cold throw with the $8 candle. So let's do the unboxing. So again, just kind of a regular little box here. Nothing too fancy. Just some flowers. So this is what the candle looks like here. Has a wooden top. Smells good. Smells good. The wick's a little long, but it is what it is. And I'm not gonna alter the candles at all. So where normally I think you should probably cut this wick a little bit, I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna act like I'm just completely ignorant to candles right now. But it's a nice glass. It's a nice little design on it, just little flowers. But yeah, smells pretty good. Now let's get to the Nest candle. So first things first, the box is definitely a lot nicer. See a lot more design on it, so they definitely put a lot more thought into their packaging. Very nice box. Huh. So first things first, wow, the cold throw, just upon opening the box, was definitely a lot stronger. What is interesting though is where this one had a nice, wooden top, this just has a little plastic dust cover, right? $50. You would think they would put a little bit more, I guess, effort into that. But yes, the cold throw is very, very strong, and it's a nice glass container. Again, no label on it. It's just a nice glass container. These are both supposed to be about the same size, about 8 ounces of wax each. However, this one does stand a little bit taller just because there's a gap here and it's a little thinner at the bottom. I really, really smell this right now. All right. Second thing I noticed, and much like I do, I put the warning label at the bottom here. The Nest candle does have that. This one doesn't have anything. So, very interesting there. Let's see if the warnings are, okay. So they do have the warnings on the box. So, I guess that is sufficient. But, so the one thing I kind of want to discuss here is the $50 candle. One, again, they use a paraffin blend wax, which is typically cheaper than the natural waxes like soy, coconut soy, beeswax. And then their jar, it's nothing special. It's definitely a lot nicer than this one, but it's nothing special. So I would assume the Nest candles, the Nest company, is their margins have to be massive, because these boxes here, I guarantee you they're not spending any more than a couple dollars. They're definitely not even spending $2 on packaging. If I had to guess, they are sourcing these overseas, and they're not spending a lot on this. The jars themselves, because they're a big company, they buy in bulk, like very big orders of bulk, and they're probably only spending probably like $1 or so on the jars. And then the wax, the paraffin blend, is obviously cheaper. So their margins have to be through the roof. So now let's get down to the actual burn test. Let's start with the $12 candle and see how it burns. Alright, let's talk about how the $12 candle actually performed after putting it through a 3-hour burn test. So hour 1, the melt pool reached about 1¼ inches across. That's not terrible for the first hour, but I noticed something immediately. The hot throw was very weak. Unless I was like directly hovering over the candle, I could barely smell anything. Hour 2, the melt pool expanded to about 2 inches, which is better, but again, the scent didn't really travel. I had to be within 2 to 3 feet to even notice it was burning. Then hour 3, we hit around a 2.5 inch melt pool, which still isn't the full diameter, and unfortunately, the hot throw really never improved. So I'm burning this in my basement, which is an open space, but my 8-ounce candles usually fill the room pretty easily. So while it burned cleanly and steadily, it lacked what I think most of us are really looking for in a candle, which is a scent that, fills the room. Now look, I didn't expect the $12 candle to blow me away, but I was hoping for at least a little more impact. I mean, it smells nice on a cold throw, but when it's burning, it just kind of fades into the background. So it got me thinking, if this is what the $12 gets you, what exactly are we getting for $50? Is it just pretty packaging and a fancy name, or is there really a difference once the wax melts and the flame gets going? Now let's put the Nest candle to the same exact test and see if it actually lives up to that luxury label. So let's break down the burn test for the $50 Nest candle, and I'll be honest, this surprised me. By the end of hour 1, I was already seeing a nearly full melt pool. That caught me off guard because if you've ever been in any candle making groups or forums, you'll hear that a full melt pool shouldn't typically form until about hour 2 or 3. That's kind of like that golden window for a well-wicked candle. So seeing it hit the edges this fast made me think this might actually be overwicked. And sure enough, the wick mushroomed pretty noticeably too, which is often a sign of too much heat or fuel being pulled through the wick. Now that said, the hot throw, insane. This thing had my basement smelling like a luxury perfume counter, and it was creeping into the hallway too. So you didn't have to be anywhere near the candle to know it was doing its job, which honestly is part of what you're paying for, right? But here's the trade-off. That stronger wick and faster melt pool might mean that the candle burns faster than it should. So if you're somebody who wants a candle that lasts a long time, that could be something to watch out for. Overall though, it burned beautifully. No tunneling, great scent throw, and definitely lives up to that Nest name, I guess. Even if it runs a little hotter than I'd expect from a $50 candle. So here's my honest verdict after burning both candles. The $50 Nest candle definitely had an incredible hot throw. I mean, the scent filled my entire basement and even traveled into the hallway. So if you're buying a candle strictly for scent power, this one delivers, no doubt about that. But here's the thing, I wouldn't say that the experience felt luxury. The packaging didn't impress me. The box was nice, but if you've ever sourced packaging before, you know that that style of box is relatively inexpensive to have it made. The candle jar itself was also kind of basic, and the dust cover was literally just a piece of flimsy plastic instead of like a branded lid. That really surprised me for a $50 candle. Now, was the scent strong? Absolutely. But aside from that, nothing about the presentation or components really stood out. So is it worth $50? Honestly, that's up to the individual. If scent strength is your #1 priority, you might feel like it's worth it. But I'll be real with you. My own nightlight candles are strong too, and they're a lot more affordable. I use coconut soy wax, wood wicks, strong fragrance oils, and every candle includes a scratch-off motivational message. So you're not just getting a candle, you're getting something that lifts your mood too. So let me know in the comments if you would ever spend $50 on a candle. And if you have before, did it live up to the hype? If you enjoyed this video, or if you want to follow along as I grow my candle business from the ground up, hit that like button, subscribe, and check out our website. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.